This is Josh Zary, and you're listening to Off the Ice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Off the Ice, the beginning of Season 3. We're back for a third year. Brody Kaiser with you, and this year we're joined by Tatum Outlaw, volleyball player here at Ferris State. We're very excited to have Tatum on board, and we're very excited that not only the show is back, but that we are this much closer to the start of hockey season.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to be here. I'm a listener of Off the Ice, and I'm just really excited to be just a little part of watching this new team grow and accomplish their goals, and just meeting all the new players. There's so many. So, yeah, I'm just grateful to be here.
Super excited to be back, of course. Another hockey season about to get underway. Great to have the show back as well. Off the Ice presented by Fox Motors of Cadillac and Fox Reed City, the official car dealer of Ferris State Athletics. Thank you to their support, and thank you to all of those of you who are excited to see the show returning. Tatum, there's a lot of changes going on with this team this year, not only in terms of the roster, but new coaching staff, and with that always brings some questions and maybe some fear of the unknown, if you will, but also a lot of excitement. I think that's mostly what we're getting from the group and people around the team.
Oh, definitely. I think it's like a redefining of what Ferris State hockey is. It's a new coach and new coaching style, new playing style. There's new players. The team just looks completely different, and that's okay. But I think they're still also respecting what Ferris State hockey was before. So we're just growing, and I don't know. I'm really excited to see what they can do.
Absolutely very excited. We've got 5 players as well coming from Long Island with Coach Riley. 13 transfers in total, one of the best transfer classes in the nation. Makes for a lot of optimism. Before we get into the first episode with one of those Long Island guys, a quick reminder, Off the Ice releases on Sunny 97.3 Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Tune into the radio station to catch the episode first. New this year, Midcoast Sports Plus, the official streaming service of all CCHA content, will also be airing Off the Ice Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. And then, of course, Wednesday mornings, YouTube, Spotify, Ferris Athletics for all your Off the Ice content. And just, to stay up to date with everything in Bulldog Athletics, because why not?
Absolutely. I think, why wouldn't you want to stay up to date? I think it's awesome to get to hear what the athletes are saying, what their life is like outside of the rink. And I don't know, you get to just keep in touch and how we're doing, the progress. Yeah, why not?
FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Reminder, follow us on Ferris Hockey on Instagram and Twitter, as well as TikTok. And Tatum.
Oh, yes. TikTok. Yep. Keep up with us on the socials. We're excited to hear your feedback. YouTube, all the social media accounts he was talking about. So make sure you engage as well.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's get into it. Let's take you off the ice with Josh Zary. And we are back, everyone. Season 3, Episode 1 of Off the Ice. Brody Kaiser and Tatum Outlaw with you. Extremely excited to be back. And on today's show, to start Season 3, we are welcoming in Long Island transfer, Josh Zary. Josh, thanks so much for being on the show with us, and good to have you be a Bulldog.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm super pumped to be in Big Rapids and be a part of Ferris State University.
First couple of months in Big Rapids, what's your experience been like? How you liking it?
I love it. Obviously, change of scenery coming from the big city, but I couldn't ask for more. The community's so tight-knit and really revolves around Ferris State and the whole university itself. So you kind of realize how important it is and how cool it is to be a Bulldog. So I've really enjoyed my time so far.
Yeah, the change coming from Long Island, the city life, a lot of people all over the place, to Big Rapids. A little different, right?
Yeah, a little different, but like I said, is everyone's so tight-knit, you really feel like you're a part of something here, and everyone supports the university so well, and it seems like the athletics program's so tight here, which makes it really fun to be a part of.
Yeah, and Tatum being part of the volleyball squad for a few years, you definitely experienced that same sort of closeness to the community, right?
Oh, definitely. I think I always say this to everyone when they're asking about Big Rapids. I'm like, it's just so homey here, especially not even Big Rapids, but Ferris. I feel like it's just like the heart of campus. So, I think it's homey here. I hope you agree.
Yeah, totally agree. It feels like you're right at home. I've been here for a month and a bit now, and just really easy adjustment coming in, and helps with having a great group of guys and great staff around. So been fun so far.
We'll talk a little bit about hockey, and then we'll take you off the ice, obviously. But for you, great career from Long Island, first player in Long Island history to score 20 goals a couple seasons ago. Just, what were you able to do for that team grow as a player, be an impact player on that team, and then what can you bring to Big Rapids?
Yeah, I think like everyone early on, I have my struggles going in as an age out from juniors. You don't really know what to expect going into college hockey, and obviously have some growing pains along the way. But I think I had a really good staff there that really believed in me and understood there's going to be some growing pains, and just kind of had a good freshman year, and then had a great summer that off season. Then went into my sophomore year, kind of hit the ground running. Had some really great line mates there that really helped me and really helped me succeed there. And
Sure.
when you have a coaching staff that believes in you, that goes a long way as a player. So with that and great line mates, it kind of fit really well together.
I got one more, then I'll throw it to Tatum. Just, playing for Coach Riley for the past few seasons, was that decision easy for you when he was leaving and coming to Big Rapids to say, hey, I'm going to follow him because this has been the guy that's believed in me for the past few years? Yeah,
it was a no-brainer for me. Like you said, having someone believe in you, you don't really realize when you're younger, but once you get older, you realize how important that is. And I've had success under him. We've had success as a team, and he gets guys to buy in the right way, and he's won games. I mean, if you look at his season last year as a coach and look how he's grown Long Island over the years, once he started from scratch to where it was last year, it was no brainer for me to follow him here.
Yeah, and the energy. I mean, Tatum, have you had a chance to meet Coach Riley at all yet?
No, but I feel like I have, just based off of other people's interactions.
Yeah. He has that kind of impact, though. Just the intensity, the passion is remarkable.
I mean, my coach is, I don't know. Everyone has a different opinion off of her, but I think some people would say she's pretty intense. And so for her to say that exact same thing, I'm like, wow, he must really be intense. Because my coach is saying that, then yeah, it probably is true.
Certainly.
Yeah, I think that's the cool part about him. He's an intense guy, holds everyone to a high standard, but you can still have a conversation with him. Really nice person, which goes a long way. Like, we're still young people, and we're college hockey players, college athletes, want to win games, but having someone you're able to have a conversation with or joke a little bit with goes a long way while keeping that standard high.
Yeah, for sure. And let's talk a little bit more about you outside of the rink. What are some of your hobbies, things you like to do? I know, school and hockey are huge parts of your life, but what else do you like to get up to for fun?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like most hockey guys, I golf a lot. I've golfed at Cat Key quite a bit out here. There's a good group of guys on the team that like to golf, so I've been really happy with that. And I'm from the west coast of Canada, so we had a lake house. That's a really big thing out there, going to the lake and stuff like that. So in the summers, just really golfing a lot, enjoying time at the lake, spending time with friends and family, but pretty straightforward besides that.
Sure.
So yeah, I think golfing is a common denominator with a lot of the athletes here. Backtracking just a little bit, tell us about your childhood, where you grew up, and then kind of how you got into hockey.
For sure. So I'm from Vancouver Island, Canada, a city called Nanaimo. It's in the province of British Columbia. It's way on the west coast of Canada, about a five-hour flight away. I was born and raised there, been there for all 23 years of my life so far. I'm an only child, actually, which is kind of a unique thing. You don't hear that too much. Both my parents were born in Saskatoon. They met in a city called Calgary, and then they moved over to Vancouver Island. So I've grown up there my entire life, and I've loved it. It's kind of a different place than most places in the world. They're way on the west coast, around the water, stuff like that. You're living on an island. You got to take a ferry or a plane to get to. I've started playing hockey from a young age in a hockey family. My dad has 5 brothers. My mom has 4 brothers. So hockey's always been a big thing in the family. Started from a young age, just like every kid, wanted to play in the NHL, wanted to play hockey as long as I could, and just kind of played my way up the ranks and played junior hockey, and thankfully got a scholarship to come down here to the U.S. and play hockey, which was a little bit of a culture change to start, coming from way on the West Coast to New York City, now ending up in Big Rapids. But it's been a crazy journey so far, but I've loved every bit of it. Kind of had its ups and downs, but it's been great for me.
Sweet. And how has like the transition been? I feel like you dipped into that a little bit. Like, you like the town so far, but how has that transition been? Like, coming to Ferris and also being part of a program that's, I don't want to say the term rebuilding, but like, you guys are going through a transformation. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, off the ice, just a living situation with a group of guys. I live with 3 other transfers, so we can kind of all relate to being in the same scenario.
That's nice.
We kind of clicked right away, so that makes a big difference. And then, yeah, like you said, obviously Ferris the past couple of years hasn't had the most success, but I think that's the cool part, that we're all there and we're all eager to change that. And obviously Ferris at one point was one of the top teams in the country, and I think we're all eager to get back to that, and we all believe that we can get back to that, and we feel that with the group in there, we can kind of accomplish anything. So there's lots of belief in there, but like you said, it's going to take a lot of work, but we have belief in ourselves.
For sure. I like that.
13 transfers on this team. Last season we had 14 new players coming in between freshmen and transfers. So 2 years in a row where the group of returning guys at least have gone through a lot of change as well. Just from your perspective, coming in here, the acceptance level of the guys building that team chemistry early on. What's that been like?
Yeah, it's been great. Like you said, 13 transfers is it's a lot. And sometimes with teams, it's hard to mix new guys with guys who have been here before. But I think what the guys that were here previously did a great job is accepting the new guys and obviously understanding on our side that this transformation period is not easy for guys who have been here for 2 or 3 years and they've done things a certain way, but they've been super accepting of the guys coming in when everyone's kind of meshed right away, which goes so far as a team, not even just in August and September, but down the line when you're playing in February and March when you have that close team. Tight teams win tight games. So I think it's been awesome so far.
Yeah, and you mentioned the golfing, that there's a good group of you guys that like to golf, but when the weather's maybe not so good outside for golfing, what's the move? You guys throw TV on, play some video games? What else do you like to get up to with
Not a big video games guy myself. When I was younger, I played a little bit, but kind of grew out of it as I got older. But big football guy. There's a group of us who watch a lot of football, both college and NFL. So hopefully the weather stays as nice as it can for a while so we can keep golfing. But when that happens, watch some shows, but lots of obviously NHL, but big football guys as well.
Who's your team? Who's your NFL team?
My NFL team's the Cleveland Browns. Kind of a crazy story.
So sorry.
Yeah, not ideal. Kind of a crazy story. When I was younger, I went to the Rose Bowl. It's a famous college game in Pasadena, California, and it was Georgia versus Oklahoma, and Baker Mayfield was the quarterback of Oklahoma, and I was like, this guy's a stud. I loved him, and I was like, all right. I didn't really have a team at that point, being from the West Coast of Canada. And wherever he went, I was like, I'm going to be a fan of. And I'm not going to say unfortunately, but he went to the Cleveland Browns, and he's not there anymore. But I've been a fan ever since, and definitely not the best team to be a fan of, but I've rooted for him ever since then. So I'm going to keep doing that.
I apologize for you. Like, I'm not a Saints fan over here, and we're going to have the worst season in the NFL. But anyways, that's a different
happens. As long as you're loyal to your team, I guess. That's cool. But as we're on the topic of other sports, what other sports did you play growing up?
Besides hockey, I played a lot of lacrosse growing up. On the West Coast or Canada itself, it's a lot different. There's field lacrosse, but we play something called box lacrosse. So it's in a hockey stadium. It's 5-on-5, and you're on like the pavement playing in the indoor arena. So it's a little different. But I played that for about 6 or 7 years, and then you get to a point like any athlete where you kind of have to make a decision to focus on one thing, and that was obviously hockey. But I played lots of lacrosse growing up, and I loved it.
Is there any other sport, like, if you could just drop everything and try right now, what would it be?
If I could try anything right now, would I be saying I'd be good at it or just to try it?
Okay, let's say you're, like, really good at it. You just naturally have the talent to be good at any sport. What sport are you picking?
I'd love to be a football player. I mean,
I could have guessed that.
Such a weird thing. It's not really a big thing in Canada, but I've always just loved the NFL, loved college football. I think it'd be really cool to experience kind of playing under the lights and playing in front of that many people.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's every little kid's dream to be a professional athlete, right? So whichever one you're the best at gives you the best chances, the route you're going to go. But if you have an opportunity to play another one, why not try it out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What about pickleball? Have you guys picked that up at all?
I played quite a bit of pickleball, actually. I used to play a lot of tennis growing up, and then pickleball kind of a little easier on the body. I'm not going to say I'm old, but 23, you're going to get banged up playing hockey and stuff like that.
So old.
I know. So, I have a pickleball set. We play quite a bit. I love the game. It's fun, a little easier on your body, but it's still fun to get going with the guys and kind of gets a little competitive juices flowing.
I don't know if you've caught on to it yet, but there's quite the pickleball epidemic going on here.
Is there now?
Yeah, we have repurposed the multi-purpose room into our pickleball arena. So you got to if you walk in the, like, 9 times out of 10, there's probably going to be people playing in there. So
that's awesome. We'll definitely have to check it out.
You're bored, so
For sure.
There you go, step over. You mentioned you're an only child. You're pretty close with your parents then? Do they get to a lot of games through the season?
Yeah, fortunately they do, yeah. Like you said, I'm an only child. It's a little different growing up without a brother or sister. Mm-hmm. Had lots of really close friends and cousins and stuff like that, but didn't have any brothers or sisters. So, like, having a strong relationship with your parents is obviously really important. And fortunately, they are able to come out quite a bit here from the West Coast. They came to New York lots of times, and they're going to come out to Michigan, a couple other places, and watch me play. So they've been, everything for me growing up. Like, only child, you don't really have many people to lean on, a brother, sister, if stuff's going wrong. So having that strong relationship with your parents, and I wouldn't be here without them today. So yeah, love them to death, and yeah, they've been essential for my development.
How is that? I need to know, because I was pretty much raised as an only child. How is that dynamic being on a college team and you're with the same people all the time? Like, is that difficult or different for you after you've grown up as an only child?
Yeah, it's a little different. Fortunately, I had some really close friends who even some lived with me, and really close cousins, but I love it. I mean, it's a different change of pace from home. When you go home, it's kind of just you, but when you're living with 3 of your teammates, you're kind of always doing something, so I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I always found it a little bit like different when my teammates, like, I don't know, even just like little things like sharing clothes and stuff like that. Like I've never had to do that, or like sharing my food. Honestly, just sharing. Yeah. I always thought that was different, or like having so many people in your space all the time. Yeah. And I was like, am I the problem? But I was raised like an only child, so I was just
feel
curious.
that, like even like little things like sharing a bathroom, stuff like that, you don't really realize when you're an only child that, not necessarily saying you have it so good, but you don't realize like how different it is with a sibling or other people around.
Like there's other people that you're going to be living with, and it's not just you all the time.
Not just you, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, I've enjoyed it so far, and it's cool to change it up and live with 3 guys. And I mean, best part about college is some of these people you're going to live with are going to be friends for the rest of your life. And obviously it's cool to come and play hockey, do well on the ice, or do well as a team, however that goes. But I think like what most important, like just taking away these relationships, and you're going to have those for the rest of your life, because eventually 5-10 years down the road, you're not going to remember how many goals someone scored or how nice of a play they had. You're going to remember how good of a guy they were when they're at your weddings and stuff like that. So I think that's honestly the best part about being here.
Yeah, and bringing not just you from Long Island, but 4 other guys as well, a group of 5 really, really strong players that have been big parts of that team for a few years now. What was that like for you in terms of transitioning with a few guys that you actually knew and played with? Yeah,
I think it's a really unique situation that we're all a part of, and I think it was really cool and important for us to go through it together, because obviously coming in here, a lot of uncertainties, but we had each other to kind of lean on, and we're all going through the same thing. So if we had questions, we had issues, we can kind of always fall back on each other's shoulders and talk about it. And obviously they're all great guys, so that makes it a whole lot better.
Yeah. What was the team dynamic like, maybe with just the guys that are coming here at Long Island? What did you guys do to push each other on that team, and how have you transitioned that into practice already?
I think Coach Riley obviously holds everyone to a really high standard, but just kind of realizing as you get older, as you mature, that like the harder you practice, the harder you push your teammates, even if sometimes they don't like it, the more it's going to benefit you in games. And sometimes you're going to have days where you're going to be going at it with your teammates, but down the road, you're going to really appreciate it, that how much better you're making each other. And I think that's kind of what everyone's trying to bring to practice, is just kind of holding each other to that high standard and maybe getting on each other a little bit. But I think everyone realizes that it's for the better of the team.
That's a great mindset. That's the Bulldog mindset that we talk a lot about,
you
Tatum.
Fit right in.
Definitely, that sounds a lot like your team, actually.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I was going to say the same thing. I feel like we do the same thing. We're always pushing each other every day. We're holding each other accountable. It's not always just like our coach getting on us, but we're on each other too, knowing because like it's going to make us better and help us accomplish our goals. So that's just awesome that you guys already kind of have that bond so soon. And a big part of that probably is your coach as well, like setting that foundation. So I'm excited to see what you guys do. Shifting gears just a little bit, what are you studying and why?
I'm studying business administration here. I was in business management at Long Island, but a couple classes didn't really transfer over. So it was easy to stay in the same kind of sort of things. And to be honest with you, I came out of junior hockey at 20 years old, didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Right.
Kind of researched what programs I had, and business just kind of fit best for me.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I chose that. And it kind of, once you graduate, kind of gives you lots of different pathways you can go into with it. So yeah, I'm studying business, and I've loved it so far. So I'm really looking forward to whenever I'm done playing hockey, obviously putting that degree to use and entering the real world.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like that's a good degree because, I mean, it's so broad and you can find anything to do. And it's also very nice for student athletes. I mean, I don't know how all the STEM majors do it. I mean, they miss so much and it's just very taxing. So yeah,
I think there's a guy on our team in engineering, and even like you're saying the health science majors, they it's a lot of work. It's a big workload. So hats off to them, because that's a lot to do.
Yeah, for sure.
What's something that you would be interested in going into? You like the business of sports, that side of it after hockey, or do you have a specific career path in mind when your playing days are over?
Yeah, nothing crazy, but I think it would be really cool to stay in sports and some sort of things. I've also really been fascinated by real estate and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
that's on the rise.
Yeah, I think that's something I'd really like to get into, but you never know. I mean, it's all about building connections. You never know who you meet. So honestly, I could say one thing now, but 5-10 years from now, who knows what I could be doing.
We're just about out of time. We got a couple minutes left. So Tatum, let's wrap up with maybe 2 more questions, and then we'll get him out of here.
Okay. Besides maybe your coach being here and coming to this program, what other reasons about Ferris State were appealing to you?
Yeah, I think when I first looked into Ferris State, I didn't know a whole lot about it. And then I quickly learned about how historic this program was and some of the heights they've reached. And I think it's so cool to be a part of something where you can come back 5 years down the road, you see the golf outing. It's really cool to be a part of something that has so much history and people are so proud to be a Bulldog. So for me, once I learned more about it, it was a really easy decision coming back to a historical program. And obviously all of us want to bring it back to where it was, but just being a part of something bigger than yourself was really what stood out to me.
For sure. And how do you think you can like contribute to this growing program? Like what do you bring to the table that's going to make your team successful?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's lots of things on the ice, but I think just off the ice, just being a good person. I think that goes a long way. Obviously everyone has their skills. They have what they're good at, what they need to improve on the ice. But I think if everyone's just a good person and a good team, and I think that speaks the most volumes. I mean, everyone really cares about just how good of a person you are, and that's all that matters.
Two things for me before we wrap up. Just talk a little bit more about that relationship that you have with the rest of the team. You know, being a leader on that Long Island team, a captain of that squad, a player that guys look up to and go to for advice. Yeah,
I think it's just about being yourself. You never want to change who you are, whether you're wearing a letter, you're an older person, just being yourself and always being someone guys can talk to. If you just stick to your guns, I think that's what people care about. They don't want to see you putting on a show for anyone else. Just you be yourself. That's what speaks the most volumes.
And then last question. This is a staple of Off the Ice. Everyone answers this question. What's it mean to you to be a Bulldog?
What does it mean to me to be a Bulldog? To me, it's an honor. Coming to a program like this where not just the hockey team but the school, to see the winning pedigree here, it's something I don't take for granted. It's something I'm really proud to be a part of and hopefully contribute to that winning history here, and I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, well, we are certainly looking forward to another season as well, and thank you so much for being on the show. Season 3, Episode 1, first guest of the season, and what a great show. Thanks again, and we look forward to
thank you so much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be back next week with more Off the Ice, and the season is fast approaching, so FerrisStateBulldogs.com for all things Ferris State hockey leading up to the season. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you to Josh for being here, and go Dogs.
Thank you guys for watching this episode and for all of your support. From game day to every day, Fox Motors of Cadillac and Fox Reed City has the lineup with Ford, Toyota, and quality pre-owned vehicles and expert service to keep you on the road. Thanks to Fox for their support of Bulldog Hockey. Make sure you guys keep up with us on our socials, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and tune in for the next episode. Go Dogs!